Craig from Eloquo here talking about video accessibility and transcripts. Not captions, but transcripts. There's a difference. We're going to talk about the difference, but even more importantly, we're going to talk about the mistakes that you can avoid when integrating a transcript into your video. So if you're making videos and you need to make them accessible, this is a great little lesson that we want you to watch out for. Thanks so much for watching.
I've used the word transcripts multiple times so far, and some of you are probably wondering, what is a transcript? Well, here's the thing about the transcript. Transcript is combination of a level A and level AA together. Some of you might say, okay, I like to create descriptive audio for my videos, make them accessible. But there's a one problem. At my workplace or my office, I don't have the recording audio, I don't have the editing equipment, I don't have anything to add it, and our office is very noisy and we don't have a quiet room to do any voiceover recording. So what can I do? Guideline of WCAG also has a section called transcript. Now, transcripts are basically captions and descriptive audio as a text. So you create a transcript by combining your descriptive audio, obviously it's not an audio, as a text form, and your actual caption together. So yes, everything else like a speaker names has to be identified. All the speech content has to be there as a caption. And if there anything, speaker names has to be identified inside a bracket, and many, many, many things. Every relevant information has to be in there. And that's called transcript. Now remember, transcripts are non-synchronized material or media. So what that means, you watch the video or listen to audio, and then you have the transcript. People using it or usually refer it to as for audio only, but doesn't have to be. For a video, you can have a transcript. Transcript can be very, very useful when you don't have time to watch, let's say, an hour video. Also, a transcript, for example, of a university video could be very useful because you can search for a certain topic. So getting information from it or coding people from it can be very, very, very useful. Now, be very careful with the transcript. Transcripts has to be inside the page where the video is, right at the bottom of it. And obviously, the page itself has to be accessible. If your layout would not allow such a thing, you need to provide a link. Obviously, I don't need to tell you that. The button has to be accessible. The link has to be accessible to an accessible HTML page that contains the transcript. I have an example here that you can look at for, it's called the rate lecture. The rate lecture is actually an audio only from BBC Radio 4. Now, there is something strange going on with this page. A couple of years ago, there was an option for me to download or open the transcript. That was a link. Now, in past year or two, I've been to that page. One of my students actually in the class told me that they couldn't see the transcript in there. I went there and I couldn't find it. So obviously something, a link broken or something happened to the page. However, I do have the actual Word document, RTF, actually is a rich text format. So you can open it inside any kind of WordPad or Notepad or Word or Office. You have Office software you have. So you can play the radio and then look at the transcript. There are a lot of information in there. So they make the transcript very easy. A speaker names be identified and then applause and everything else being well done. So 2 thumbs up to BBC for doing that, except I have a hard time to find the link. So I had to provide it to students inside the folder resources of the lesson folders. A lot of people talk about the benefits of transcript. Sometimes you have an option to make the descriptive audio. Great, would be very lovely. But if you don't have an option, providing a transcript can benefit massively. Search engine can use the transcript and the videos can be searched, obviously. People can quote from the video. The transcripts can be much easier to make them accessible. Time constraints, language constraints, bandwidth. Sometimes you might be in a situation that you don't have enough bandwidth, or your internet speed is so slow that watching a video is practically making it impossible. Looking at the transcript is a lot easier to get the information you need. Also, environmental conditions and many other things can help with transcript. So my recommendation is create descriptive audio, a good descriptive audio, and then also provide a transcript to the video.